So we say QJ, we're referring to number 22, QJ Peterson, Quinton Peterson Jr. Basketball player. Oh, and there's the bucket right there. Yeah, Fubon on the scoreboard.
A nice backdoor cut just now by Ray Lin.
Mason kicks out. Bohannon for the three. Hits the tin. Good rebound. Strong rebound. Mason open. Handoff. QJ taking his time for the long three. This All-Stars team, not so All-Stars at the moment, Miss Lan.
They've been missing few shots right now, but maybe they're trying to heat up.
Well, they brought their own cheerleaders, so they're really heating up this Maba crowd right here. Don't forget, this is day one of competition. And an upset, well, not really an upset, but the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, once upon a time, the champions of the ASEAN Basketball League, went down to the Hawks from Australia. Oh, rejection. That's good pass for the layup. Yes! Basket there by number 14, Winston Tsai.
Quick 4 points for the Fubon. Surprisingly, All-Stars, Texas All-Stars not playing that well so far.
Well, they've got to get that game going. Turnover, almost a turnover there. Downing for the baseline too. Rebound for the putback. No. Good leak out there. Here come Fubon. No look pass. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Orton open. Kicks out. Orton for the three. Hits the tin. Johnson. They're slow in transition, the All-Stars. They gotta use their speed to their advantage. Here they come. Peterson. Rejection. But the referee says contact. Pushing foul.
You see the difference between these two teams. The coordination, the teamwork on the defensive end shown by Fubon, denying all the attempts made by the Texas All-Star.
Well, Downing, right here, Jordan Downing. He is one of the players who plays for the Texas Legends in the G League. Don't forget, Bobby Ray Parks Jr. of Ala Pilipinas played for the Texas Legends as well. Peterson, and that's the first bucket of the game for the Texas team, Islan. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, we expect more coming from this Texas All-Star. The name said itself, the Texas All-Star. There are 4 Texas Legends players playing in this team.
Well, doesn't matter about your resume. Who can rock up and play basketball? So far, Fubon are playing the better ball, but early days yet. Keith staying outside the perimeter. Good spin. Orton for the reverse and one! He gets the hoop and the arm.
Yeah, what a nice post move, the spin move shown by Daniel Orton. You see, this is a modern big man. You see, he can shoot just now even though you miss it, but the post move shown by him is very absolutely impressive.
Well, I must say, Mislam, my observation, and I was talking to the Texas team, just ask, finding out a bit more about them before the game. They're not that tall, this Texas team. Probably a lot of 2s and 3s in this team versus some of the bigger Fubon guys. So it'll be interesting for the floater. Mason gets the bucket. And this is much better by Texas, getting back on defense. Shaquille Keith, not quite like his namesake. Gotta handle the ball. Speed to burn. Bohannon, who played for the Fubon Braves once, attacks the cup. John Bohannon, who used to play for the Fubon Braves once upon a time in the Seri Mutiara Cup, goes, attacks the tin right here, couldn't finish.
Yeah, he missed. We see Texas All-Star being missing a few easy shots nearby inside the paint. Not going so well for Texas right now.
Well, they are, based on their reputation, they are one of the favorites of this tournament, I must say. Spins for the hook shot. Mason. Here comes Texas. QJ. Crossover, look at him. QJ, what a ball handler. QJ for the 2. Hits the tin, but couldn't finish it. All that show and razzmatazz, but couldn't finish. To the corner, open. Hits the tin. Bohannon with the rebound. Looks like Texas just want to slow this one down, Mislan, a little bit. Just get their offense in motion.
Yeah, I think Texas maybe not playing together as long as compared to Fubon, so just trying to feel each other out right now in the first quarter.
QJ Peterson with a very unorthodox shooting technique right there. Shaquille Keith. He's just one-on-one right here, trying to wind down the clock a little bit. Fubon playing smart basketball. Fubon. Keith. That's a holding foul. Screams the referee.
You see how composed Fubon playing. They're not rushing the play. They're not rushing the shot. They're trying to find any open lane and any open players to execute their offense.
Well, so far, speaking of offense, Bohannon with 0 points. QJ Peterson with 2 points. Anton Mason with 2 points. Lin with 2 points. Sai with 2 points. Orton with 3. It's a low-scoring game. Orton, the big man. Good pass. Fake. And one! Fubon Braves on fire early in the first quarter, right here at Maba Stadium.
You see the fake move here. Very smart of Fubon here. The teamwork been showing not only on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end.
Winston Sai, he doesn't look like much. He looks like a simple guy from the man next door, but he's playing like a man possessed. But breaks that one, and it's 9-4. Downing, good shooter that he is. Can he shoot the lights out? Early days in. Anton Mason. Anton Mason thought about attacking it. Good defense here by Fubon. Newkirk, Downing, can he shoot? Hits the tin. I gave him too much credit early. Bounce pass. Ooh, almost turned that over. Sai, fake, kicks out. Fubon, full of running, full of energy. No, the basket does not count. I was about to say full of scoring.
You see how Fubon's here, still very composed, very patient, looking to attack the basket. Give a lot of credit on the Fubon Brave, number 5 Kids, and also the rest of his teammates. If you compare it with Texas All-Star, a lot of standing around, not much of ball movement.
I agree with you there, mate. And I mean, really, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I know it's early days yet, but I wouldn't mind looking at that turnover count. I mean, really, not the best in terms of protecting the ball. And they I just feel that they're rushing their shots.
Yeah, I think some of them look a little bit clueless on the court, maybe because they don't play together as much as compared to Fubon. But we're looking for any highlights coming up from this Texas All-Stars team.
That's right, and don't forget, the Texas All-Star team full of Division I college players, so they've got great resumes, but are they a good team? For the 3, that was Yuko Chukwu, Stephen Yuko Chukwu. Orton, Sai wanted the ball. Shaquille Keith for the turnaround jumper. Orton tried to get the rebound. Look at this hustle by Fubon. They are much braver in that sense. Orton throws it down. What a dunk, what a jam.
Yeah, you see the ball movement here, the 1-2 combo between Jet and also Orton. They know where their teammates together. Very good quarter shown by the Fubon Brave.
Now that's the stuff that we like to see. And there we can see there, right here, Texas All-Stars coach Bob Donwald, former assistant coach with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He is livid at the moment, Mislan.
Yeah, I think probably very upset with the way he's still playing. Like we said, Ben, a lot of standing around, not much of movement compared to how Fubon been playing so far. Of course, they have the advantage a little bit in terms of the chemistry between them. They are the runner-up in the local league. And we can see the players, they all move with purpose compared to Texas All-Star.
Well, they've got to get the game going. Basically, Mislan, the way I look at it, their offense is really disorientated at the moment. I know when they watch this game, they're not going to like our comments, you know. So I think if they keep playing this way, you and I are going to leave the game early and make sure we're nowhere near their hotel room. one of the things about being a basketball commentator, or any commentator for that matter, the players will come up to you and say, I like what you said, I don't like what you said. Well, I said, we call it how we say it, don't we? So here come the All-Stars. What can they conjure right here? They are down by 9 points. What do they need to do, Mislan?
First, if you ask me, Ben, they need to convert the basket. They've been missing all those easy shots inside the paint. They need to fix that first.
Make some adjustments. That's what it's all about. Anton Mason for the runner, off balance. 2 shots. Anton Mason will go to the charity stripe. Nice guy, Anton Mason. Spoke to him quite a bit before the game. He was very, very friendly and telling me a little bit about the players, where they're from, and the chemistry that they're trying to build. Not easy when you're playing all over the country. When I say the country, in America all the time, some of them have even played overseas, and you're really coming together like a scratch team for a one-week tournament.
Yeah, correct. Ben, I think some of them, they want to show that they can compete in the Pro League, and we have to know this tournament is actually kind of a scouting place for some of the other teams to find import players.
Well, one of the things that a lot of the import players have told me over the years is that, Asia is a very attractive place. It's a nice place, easy to live, not so expensive compared to the States or other European countries, and, decent paymasters. Mason. Yes, that is more like it. Anton Mason. Is he the spark that lights up the Texas All-Stars?
Finally, Mason wide open on that short corner. The second field goal made by Texas All-Star out of, I think, 13 attempts.
That's a bad stat, but they're only down by 4 points. What a shot by the big fella. He is having his way right here today. Daniel Orton. Sounds like a superhero, to be honest. Superman by night. My name is Daniel Orton by day. Newkirk now for the All-Stars. Tate for the 3. Knocks it down. That's a good shot. They're trading shots right here at Maba Stadium.
Oh, but they lose defensive focus on Texas also. They cannot celebrate too early. The game is still going. Here you see the 3-point shot made by Tyrell.
Sibley, one-handed shot. That's much better. They're gonna get a stop right now. They being the All-Stars. Keith, the man they call Shaq. Orton, the big fella, spin. Orton. Daniel Orton, he may look like, that big enforcer type guy who can't run very fast. He's quite athletic.
Yeah, he's quite smart also. You see, he got a little bit of field assists, I think. And I know he can shoot it from the outside. The first time he get the ball outside of the 3-point range, he made 1 basket from that long range distance.
Well, it's always great to see big guys who can do it all. Shoot, play defense, share the ball. That perfect basketball player that we basketball fans always love to see. Rattles, but in it goes for Orton. And he's definitely the best player of the game thus far with 9 points. Orton again, 2 out of 2. 8-point lead for the All-Stars. The All-Stars were down by 4 now. They're down by 8, so need some production, consistent production here. Sharing the ball, Mason, Tate. Tate thought about the 3. Tate with the runner, yes! Good floater there.
That's the 4-in-a-row basket field goal made by the Texas All-Stars. So at least something good going on for them in the second half, the last half of the first quarter for Texas All-Stars.
And an easy finger roll there by Orton. And you know what, Mislan, I know what the Texas problem is. It's defense. They're not getting stops. I mean, it's all well and good to get some offense, but you got to get some stops. You got to stop the opposition.
Yeah, maybe it's the size, the height of Texas All-Star, a little bit disadvantage to them right now. But as a team, they need to focus.
need to focus and finish. Double F. They're not doing that in the moment. Tate misses that one. Almost a turnover. Mason with the steal. He keeps it inside. Not long on the clock now. Here come the All-Stars. Tate pulls up for the three. Is that a foul on the three-point line? Oh, that's a gimme there.
Yeah, at least a good transition defense shown by the Texas All-Star that lead to that transition three-point attempt. Even though he missed it, he still got a chance 3 times on the free throw line.
Tyrell Tate, who's heating up slowly in the last 90 seconds or so. He's also got a pretty decent basketball CV. Number 42 for the Texas All-Stars. 5 points thus far. Potentially 6 right here. Now Texas really just need to chip away at it. I think the Fubon team have their attention, don't they, Mislan?
Definitely, Ben. But the problem for them is, like you said, the defensive end. They not focused, and then when you play very lackluster defense, Ben, it's going to show on the offense. You won't hustle the ball. You won't able to finish because you get frustrated.
Well, there's a lot of frustrations on this Texas All-Stars team, within this team. Really, really slow starters. But basketball is a game of 4 quarters. So let's see who can play basketball. Better basketball down the stretch. Tate, 2 out of 2. And now it's a 5-point ball game. We want it to be close. We want it to be tight. We want it to be entertaining with lots of dunks, blocks, and big shots. Here come Fubon. Turnover right here. Sibley, can he punish? Drives. Oh my gosh. That was a simple layup. What was he thinking? Skip pass. Orton for the long 3. It's the 10. Rebound by Fubon. Orton again. Posting up. Oh, was that a foul right there? And Ku Xiao Chia.
A bad pass here, actually. Couldn't read his teammate Orton just now. The idea is there, but just couldn't execute it properly.
That's right, Downing. Good defense by Fubon. Gotta watch the shot clock. Pushing foul. So that will be Texas ball.
Yeah, they're still not over the team foul limits. And there's like 26 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter.
Still a bit of time to get a basket before the end of the third quarter. So first quarter, should I say, for both teams. The third quarter will be crucial, though. Newkirk, he's getting some instructions from the bench, from the coach. Coach Bob. Screen, high screen. Sibley. Sibley drives and splits the Fubon D. Can Fubon hit back before the end of the first quarter? Lin. Gotta play defense. Big shot there. What did I say? Still plenty of time to score.
Very terrible defense shown by Texas All-Star towards the end of the first quarter. They got the momentum offensively, but the defense been lacking the whole quarter.
That was not how you play defense. If you're watching this game, and if you're just joining us for the very first time, right here on Astro Arena at the 2018 Seri Mutiara Cup live, well, it is Fubon Braves 25, Texas All-Stars 19. Walk us through the highlights, Ms. Lan.
You see the nice backdoor cut by Fubon Brave. Every single players are moving. See here, once again, Orton reading the space. There's no people, there's no defense underneath. He go one-on-one, spin move, and an easy N1 for Orton. And then here, Orton looking the floor, realizing that his teammate was open. Nice, easy assist for Orton.
But I must say, I mean, you must give Fubon credit. They came out, they were braver, no pun intended. And they just showed plenty of courage. Look at that slam dunk. I could watch that over and over again.
Definitely. So once again, Orton is the man, the key offense for the Fubon Brave. They are much more composed. They know what they're doing. They're looking. They're reading the defense of the Texas All-Star.
Well, I must say with Orton, they need to body up on him. They need to send an enforcer. But judging from the stats and what we saw, John Bohannon, who used to play for Fubon, he is their tallest player. But don't forget, Daniel Orton, really, really strong athlete. And, you know, John Bohannon is 205 centimeters, can really, really, you know, match up in terms of height with the Fubon Braves in terms of Orton, who's 208 centimeters. So not much of a height difference between, but wingspan and width. I mean, Orton is like a bodyguard.
I think Orton might not be the most athletic guy on the floor, but I like how the way he handled the ball. He sees the ball. His basketball IQ so far is probably among the top right now for both teams.
Well, Orton at the moment with 12 points. Tate for the Texas team with 8 points. He's the highest scorer in the Texas team at the moment. Second quarter coming up right here at Maba Stadium. You're watching us right here on Astro Arena live from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And the All-Stars trailing by 6. Tony Ronzoni, their director, in the stands. A bit of a grim face at the moment with Tony Ronzoni. You can't see him on screen. There's the score. Here we go. Newkirk. That's much better. Great penetration. And the Fubon defense just asleep a bit there.
Yeah, very good move by a Texas All-Star. Able to use the speed much better this time and not turning the ball over.
Shaquille Keith. Oh, almost a steal there by Sibley. Devin Sibley.
See, that's the defense that we want to see from Texas All-Star. They need to work together as a team. You know, denying the passing lane, not giving that easy pass and even an easy shot for Fubon.
Well, I think the Texas team must have heard us in terms of our comments on them in the first quarter highlight. Shaquille Keith, what a shot! Here come the All-Stars. Look at this. Good ball handler, good ball control by Newkirk. Bohannon swing, handoff. Thought about the pull-up, Sibley, fake. Gotta watch the shot clock. Fubon staying disciplined with their defense. Sibley for the reverse. Bohannon tries to get the tip in. Here comes Fubon, crashing the boards. To the corner for the 3. That would have brought the house down. But all Texas, a little bit slow in transition. Bohannon thought about the screen, drives. Tate. Tate is showing a lot of bravery in this game thus far.
Tate faking the screen, and then even though he's not able to make that shot, but he's still going to go to the free throw line. Texas All-Star, they really need to finish their layups, all those easy shots. If not, they're going to be in a lot of trouble in this game, Ben.
They need to play defense. I mean, you know, they're quite an athletic team, seriously. I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, we may be laughing at them, but we're not. I mean, they really need to use speed. I mean, a lot of their guys are very, very quick.
Yeah, man, but they need to finish also, man.
Yeah, I agree with you there, man. I mean, let's not get into the debate here. I mean, I'm all about speed and power, and you're all about technique and finesse. And technique and finesse will get you the baskets, but you know what? If you got an advantage, use it. There's the advantage. Wow. Speed. Here's speed. Tate. Can he finish? And he goes and just puts it in. I was hoping that he would bring the Maba crowd to their feet with a dunk.
Smart move by Tate just now. He just wants to get an easy 2-point. Not trying to show any fancy highlights. They are losing right now.
Oh, banks it in. The bank is open for Lin today. Cha-ching. That's a good transaction. Basket, 29-24 in favor of the Brave. Bohannon to Sibley. Bohannon with the screen. There it is, drives. And he works glass as well. QJ Peterson. That's speed right there, Mislan. And there's some funny music being played right here. Lin. Keith. Popeye the Sailor Man music. Keith. Oh, he eats his spinach and scores.
Keith dazzling the court right now.
Sibley. Open. Bohannon posting up from the baseline. Bohannon with the one-handed shot, and it's in. This is end-to-end stuff. But who can play defense? Shaquille Keith pulls up for the three from the wing. He misses that by a country mile. QJ Peterson. Bohannon asking his players to cut in. Peterson cutting in now, but Lin's staying with him. Bohannon, he better not lose the ball. Almost pulls up for the three. Yes! Swishes the three-pointer. None other than that man right there, Downing, who I said was a good shooter. And according to his coaches, he needs a bit of time to light up.
At least a good end of the quarter shown by the Texas All-Star. Much more composed on the offensive end, not rushing too much. And then the finishing, after I say that they need to finish, they're able to get 3 straight baskets.
Well, look at this, the coach, he's smiling a bit more. Bob Gonwell, he used to be a coach in China as well, and coached the Shanghai Sharks, had a lot of success right there. But he's going ballistic in a positive way.
Yeah, you can see the body language shown by him. He wants to motivate his team to play better. They're playing good, but they need to play better than this. And one of the things, Ben, Texas All-Star, they are not consistent. One time they play good defense, the next time they just lose a defense. Also the same on the offensive, they're able to make a shot and then they miss an easy basket.
And this Fubon team being coached by Coach Shou Ching-chi. And he's no stranger to basketball coaching in Taiwan. Don't forget, the Fubon Braves joined the Super Basketball League in 2014. They're owned by the Fubon Group. And some of their alumni include the very famous Blackie Chen, who's a very famous TV host, former basketball player, and entrepreneur in Taiwan. I remember Blackie came for an ASEAN Basketball League game here. And he's quite the celebrity. He knows how to draw a crowd. A lot of followers on his social media platforms. Fubon with the three. Now, that could have almost gone in. Texas needs to play some better defense than that. QJ Peterson, the point guard, the facilitator. He needs to bring his teammates into it. Peterson open. Bohannon thought about the shot. Bohannon, he almost traveled there. QJ Peterson, good defense by Fubon. Downing, just outside the elbow. Here's the big fella, Shaquille Keith. Keith trying to control the ball. Keith trying to move into the paint. Good basketball by Fubon. Keith, well, that's a foul right there. Good call by the referee.
Nice play actually by Keith, trying to put the pressure on the Texas defense. And Orton, as always, looking for his teammate to find any mismatch, any opening.
Keith. Oh, what? Look at that. Almost like a catch and shoot. But couldn't quite finish. Drives. Ooh, falls short. And couldn't finishing is an issue. Technique under fatigue and pressure. Keith scores. No offensive foul. Coach Bob saying to the referee, that's an offensive foul.
No, it's not. It's actually a good move shown by the Cats. He absorbed the contact, able to finish.
I'm not agreeing with you. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's right, but yeah, you're the analyst, training basketball teams. It's tight right here. Mid through the second quarter. This is the third game of day one of the 2018 Seri Mutiara Cup. Right here in Maba, Malaysia drives. Oh, that's a foul right there. Now, a lot of physical contact in the last 1 minute, Ms. Lan. Both teams need to calm down.
You see how K's able to create a separation between himself and his defense. And then I think it was QJ or someone else had to force him. You see the replay? No, it was Stephen there, unable to contain, unable to follow how K's move. So K's going to go to the charity stripes.
He's at the foul line, free throw line, and he's having a decent game as well. Keith, Shaquille Keith, what a name! I wonder if his parents were Shaquille O'Neal fans. Shaquille O'Neal, who played for the Orlando Magic and the LA Lakers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat, and retired. And the man who we think won't send a Christmas card to Kobe Bryant every year. So that's what I think of when I think about the name Shaquille.
Yeah.
And Shaquille Keith of the Fubon Braves, playing quite well with 9 points. Mason kicks out to Johnson. Johnson Downing asking for the ball. QJ Peterson tried to cut. Screen there by Bohannon. Peterson hits the iron. Bohannon with the rebound. Bohannon tries to go in. Bohannon with the hook shot. Misses that one. Lin. Oh, good block. But need to really body up and be consistent with that defense.
A very bad transition defense shown by the Texas also. Even though they're able to stop the first layup, there's no defense there to get that defensive rebound.
From the baseline, yes, swishes the two-pointer. Number 11 for the All-Stars, Alexander Johnson. Keith. Orton there with the screen, skip pass. Lin for the three, hits the tin. Bit of contact right there. What does the referee call? Pushing foul, so it will be Texas ball.
Yeah, you see Allen here a little bit too aggressive getting the offensive rebound. Got caught with the umpire and then penalized with a personal foul. I think, Ben, you see, even though Fubon Brave, they like to use Keys to go for one-on-one, but Keys always aware where his teammate will be and always be ready to let go of the rock.
Bohannon, can he score? Yes, he does. Uses his height to his advantage. That's his first bucket of the game. And definitely not getting back on defense, is he? Bohannon, what's he doing right here? He was just slowing it down to give it to one of his more quicker teammates. Johnson with the screen. Mason tried to fake it. And too much razzmatazz right there.
Yeah, very bad shot just now, a little bit too rushed. The difference between Texas All-Star and Fubon. Once again, Texas All-Star, they like to stand around and then did a lot of too much one-on-one game.
Bohannon tried to go for the three. Very static, their game at the moment. I do agree with you, Mislan. Crossover. Keith. Handling the ball well. Keith almost splits the Texas defense. Mason for the layup and scores. Anton Mason. And for the first time, they have the lead.
Yeah, Mason using his speed to go break that transition offense, able to get an easy basket. Luckily this time, they're able to finish it. Fubon tried to do a comeback, tried to defend that transition defense. Wasn't that bad, but just Texas All-Star has that advantage on that offensive transition.
Well, even though the basketball has not been pretty by Texas, by their own standards, they are in the lead by 2 points, and that will give Coach Bob Donwell a little bit of sigh of relief at the moment. Bohannon goes to the bench, and on comes one of their other bigs, number 15, if I'm not mistaken. Look at their number carefully. So number 25, Zach Price. He's a big. Oh, good pass, good cut, and a wonderful finish.
Yeah, he's like, once again, Orton, he sees the floor, he got a high basketball IQ and it shows.
Newkirk lost the ball. Can Fubon punish? Back-to-back baskets for Fubon. No timeout call by the Texas bench. Texas a bit stunned here at the moment. Downing asking for his players to cut in, his teammates to cut in. Nobody wants to cut. Nobody wants to penetrate. They want to try to shoot the rock and shoot the ball. And that can lead to a turnover. Almost did right there. For the long three. Shots not going down. Fubon up by 2. Can they get their third consecutive basket right here with this run? The Shaq man. Orton. They're going to body up on him. Orton for the runner. Yes! Another. This is a 6-0 run.
And then Orton using his body, using his size, and also the glass to get that basket.
And all of a sudden, the Fubon Braves are up again. Downing Mason, they're just swinging around the perimeter. Mason, they need to penetrate. I feel like coaching this team right now.
I think we're both surprised by how well Fubon Brave been playing so far in this game, Ben.
Oh yeah, full credit to Fubon. I really want to go up to their coach, Coach Shu Ching-chi, and say, Ching-chi, how about I buy you a nasi lemak for the wonderful work that your team have done in the first half. But it's early days yet. Newkirk will try to feed it in. Who can he give it to? Mason in the corner. Very, maybe, I think again, just lack of time together. Not trying to make excuses for the Texas team, but Bohannon with the screen. Bohannon pulls up. He loves his one-handed shots. Back tap, drives, and there it is. Production. Need to stop right here. There's the stop. Turnover. Newkirk drives. Ooh, misses. What did you say about finishing? Bohannon tried to go for the tip in. Newkirk. It's hot potato at the moment. Price knocked out of his hands. Fubon with shock. Don't have the numbers. Keith asking for the ball. That's out. It is sloppy and scrappy in that passage of play in the last 40 seconds, Mislan.
How many shots they missed in the paint? I think about 3, 4, or maybe 5 shots. That easy shots they've been missing throughout the whole game. Not just in this quarter, since the start of the tip-off.
Well, that was like a video game. I mean, where was the ball going? Offense everywhere. I mean, that mindset need to get back on defense. So Stephen Gunshaw of the Fubon team just giving a wave at the commentator's box. Stephen Gunshaw of this Fubon team used to play for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. He's an ABL champion, good guy as well. Half French, half Taiwanese player. So the timeout at the moment. Surprisingly, Fubon only up by 2 with the way they've been playing today. They should be up by 8, Mislan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Fubon has been playing very well on both ends, defensively and offensively. But that's why Texas All-Star is the favorite team going into the tournament. We see they struggle in the first game. This is the first game playing in this tournament, and I think they are not like a very established team. It's just a collection of players. That's why they call it Texas All-Star. Offensively, they're not playing well. A lot of standing, very stagnant movement, and defensively also very late on the transition defense. But still, only 2 points difference between these two teams.
Yes, it is. And Shaquille Keith with 11 points. Orton had been quiet late in the second quarter, only with 14 points. He had a great first quarter. Bohannon lighting up a little bit with 4 points. Posting up, kicks out, Downing, pulls up. There it is, equals the game, 44 apiece. Over 40 seconds left in this quarter before halftime. Let's see what both teams can come up with. All-Stars looking for a stop. Fubon looking for the basket, and looks like Fubon probably will get... No, that's an offensive foul right there, Mislan.
Yeah, the referee shows a little bit of hook, the hand of Keith holding the defensive player, so it's going to be Texas All-Star ball. It was an offensive foul.
Over 30 seconds to go, Newkirk. He's playing the facilitator. Bohannon, the big. He looks huffed and puffed, posting up. Orton playing defense. Ooh, where was that to? Bohannon turns the ball over. And looks like there's a bit of talking amongst the internal chat amongst the All-Star team. Who was there to receive that pass? But gotta move on. Someone's got to stay with Orton. He's a big guy. You can't give him that open look. Orton with the try to set the high screen. They're trying to confuse the All-Stars defense. To the corner, pulls up. What a big shot there by Fubon, Jet Chang. And with that, Fubon will take the lead.
Jet Chang is the veteran, former NCAA Division II players, former local MVP for Fubon Brave. Also, you cannot sleep on this team, the Fubon Brave. They've been giving a lot of trouble to the Texas All-Star as they take the 3 points lead in the first half.
Well, it is Fubon 47, the Texas All-Stars 44. And what a game so far we have. Fubon Brave defying the odds at the moment and really, really taking it to their opponent. We're just going to take a short break, but when we come back, more basketball right here, live from Maba Stadium. Welcome back to Astro Arena's live coverage of the 2018 Seri Mutiara Cup right here in Maba Stadium, Kuala Lumpur. Let's have a look at the first half highlights. And Mizlan, the Fubon Braves were very brave and courageous, and they deserve the lead.
They're also smart and they play as a team. You see, the teamwork, the chemistry between Fubon Brave among each other is very high. Among the reason why they're leading, they're playing very well. See, they play as a unit. You see here, Orton, pick and roll between Jet and Orton that lead to that easy slam dunk.
Gotta love that dunk. Let's look, have a look at it right here. Gets the open look, and that's what you call a boom moment. And the runner right here to sink that shot. And really, the Texas All-Stars, Mizlan, very, very inconsistent.
Throughout the whole game, in the first half especially. And what frustrated me the most is actually they've been missing all those easy layups. This is the highlight. We won't show all the misses. But the problem for the Texas All-Star, they cannot finish, and then the defense has been terrible. You see, an easy easy lane for Orton. It was Case, sorry. Case, easy, even though there's Bohanan there, he cannot stop that.
Well, the Texas All-Stars at the halfway point of the first quarter, they were trailing by 7 points. They were 4 points, Fubon were 11, and at the end of the first quarter, they were trailing by 6 points, Fubon 25, and they had 19 points. And halfway, but they really brought it back to even Steven halfway through the second quarter, 36 points apiece. And then some sloppy play led the Fubon team to go on a 6-0 run. And that's why this Fubon team, in my opinion, should be up by more.
Fubon, they play well, but Texas All-Star, they have all the talent actually. Maybe a little bit of size disadvantage compared to Fubon because Orton has been giving a lot of problems for the Texas All-Star.
Well, I remember last year when the team from Beijing, led by Stefan Marbury, they won this championship last year right here in Maba. Tony Ronzoni gave a lot of players to in terms of loaned a lot of players to the NS Matrix, and a lot of those guys were Texas Legends as well. And those Texas Legends guys, a lot of them were shooting guards, and very much like to shoot the ball, not so much those post players that we love to see, making big blocks, crashing the boards, and also doing the big dunks.
That's the new basketball, Ben. A lot of pro players, they cannot find an easy way playing the traditional back-to-back basket. They need to be able to hit a shot from the outside. They need to be able to pass, to see the floor. That's what we see in Orton. If they can play like that, a lot of teams will find them, a lot of teams want them. All the traditional basket actually, in the new era of basketball, they're not as much of demand.
Well, we as basketball fans, we always say this, that the global basketball game, not just the NBA, it's a changing game. I mean, in the 90s, it was all about defense and all about post plays and, how you can split the defense and attack the cup. But in these days, it's all about who can shoot the rock. If you look at the Golden State Warriors, I mean, that's an excellent example on how to shoot the lights out and win 3 NBA championships on potentially, I mean, it could have been 4. I mean, just a little bit unlucky there, but, shoot the rock and protect the rim.
Yeah, that's the misconception that people think about basketball nowadays. They just shoot 3-point, shoot 3-point. But actually, they play very good defensive, especially as a team. They switch a lot. So the key for them, the new basketball, is they're able to switch. It's not, if you compare it to outside of the NBA game right now, and not every team able to that, because not every single team has the talent defensively and also offensively to play that kind of basketball.
Well, Mislan, you and I, we do a lot of commentating here. I mean, not just in Malaysia, but in Asia as well. And we see a lot of the bigs that are coming down to Asia, and they've got a pretty good CV in Europe. I mean, in my opinion, I would select, my basketball mind, I'm a defense coach first, so I would always select someone who's relatively quick and athletic, and also someone who can crash the boards, who's got that discipline, like Steve Thomas, who used to play for high-tech Bangkok City and the Patriots once upon a time in the ASEAN Basketball League, now playing basketball in Thailand. He's from Georgia. Strong guy. He does all the unglamorous work, and because he does all the unglamorous work, the rim is always protected.
Correct, Ben. You need to find big men who can protect the ball, not only just big in terms of size and height, but also they need to be able to move quickly to cover the ground, because today basketball, it actually being expanded on the 3-point line. Not even 25 feet, is much further than that. So that's the key of the evolution of basketball player.
Well, let's have a look at the playbook right here by their coach. A lot of movement there, and I could just read the basketball language there. Do not stay stagnant. Do not stand still. Move, pass, move. And then get that open look. Look at that. He's talking a lot about movement right there. We can read his playbook there, Mislan.
Yeah, he wants to play a simple pick and roll. You take the screen and you pop out. Either you roll or you pop out. And then the other teammates, they cannot stand around. They need to move together when the ball moves.
Well, let's see if this Texas team can really take instructions from their coach. And don't forget their assistant coach, Zach Chu, who's also an assistant coach with the Texas Legends team in America. an Asian-born American. So full of diversity, this Texas team. As they say, things are as big as Texas. But Fubon are not really into metaphors. They want to win. Here come the Braves, taking on the team from the land of the brave and the home of the free. Orton, the enforcer, Bohannon trying to play defense. Oh, well done, Orton. Strong move there to score.
Orton very smart using his size against Bohannon, which much more smaller than him. An easy basket for Orton.
Peterson kicks out. 4-3. Swish. That's a good shot there, but they need to get back. Look, they're celebrating still. Get back in transition and play defense, man. That's what it's all about. Keith, the Shack man. They're double teaming him. He can also be quite a handful. Orton asking for the ball. Bohannon just trying to stay with him. Gotta stay with Orton. Look how strong he is. Orton! Puts it up, misses that one. 3 basketball players there, Texas players there, waiting for the rebound. Bohannon kicks out. Johnson to the corner. Peterson flies to the cup. And Bohannon there with the putback. Is that a basket?
It is, man. It counted. QJ almost slamming, but the defense there, and then Bohannon was there to collect the offensive rebound. What happened just now? Orton was hurt. He didn't go back to the defense. That's why he was 5-on-4 just now.
Well, it's 49 apiece. Fubon here have just started a little bit cold compared to their very hot first half. But Orton still doing the heavy lifting. Shaq, Orton now on the bench. Shaq Keith puts it up. Almost scored there. Mason. Mason's in. Oh, and the tip in there by Texas. Jordan Downing. Shaq. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to call him Keith. I'm going to call him Shaq. Sorry, Lakers fan here. Mason. Mason. Ooh. No foul. They've got 2-on-2. Got to get back for the runner. And it goes in. Great basket there by Jet Chang. The, well, kind of a young veteran of Taiwan basketball.
See, now it's actually a Fubon play. They try to slow down the pace for Texas All-Star.
Well, Texas trying to look for that open look from outside the perimeter and get a shot in. Too much mustard on that one. But still, no, it came off. Number 11 for Texas, Alexander Johnson. So,
Yeah, from our side, it looked like of Fubon players.
That's all right. The referee knows better. You got to give him that. They've got the better vision, and they've got the whistle as well. Jet. Fade away. Misses that. Good rebound.
Good hustle, actually, by, I think, George Lin, number 15.
Yeah, that is a good hustle right there. He wasn't afraid. Really, I mean, seriously, this Fubon Braves team are really, they are named, they're playing like their name of their team. Brave, courageous, but can't hold on to the ball right there. Here comes Peterson. Drives shot. Whoa, and an almost and one. And he knows it too. Alexander Johnson. He's had a pretty good game in this third quarter.
A good transition offense, a good play by the Texas All-Star. Johnson realizing that Orton is not even ready defensively, attacking the basket, asking the ball from his teammate.
Well, Johnson's a bit hot at the moment, but not with a shot like that. I think he must have heard me.
A rare air ball, I guess.
Yeah, but he was shooting some good threes and he can't shoot a free throw. Come on, man. So, oh man, that's not how you shoot it. Shaq. Is he the real deal? Shaq. Drive, fake, Shaq. Oh, what a finish by Shaq.
Easy move for Shaq, I guess. 3 defensive players. No one can stop him.
That's my long life commentator dream, to say Shaq on air, okay? So I'm living that dream right here on Astro Arena. Peterson. Peterson, oh, that's a very, very sloppy pass there by Johnson. Got to protect the ball. Coach Bob Donwell saying that's a kick ball. Downing, oh, lost the ball right there. It's clumsy mistakes. Alley-oop. Good defense by Mason, but there's contact. 2 shots.
Yeah, I think it was a good pass here, but the referee from the behind say it was a foul. So not so much lucky on the Texas All-Star, as I think George Lin is going to the free throw line.
Well, George Lin, tall, strong athlete that he is. And someone must have put a bug at the free throw line at this quarter. Nobody wants to can hit their baskets at the moment. From the charity stripe. We'll be looking at that stat later. And there's one right there. And the sound of a video game. Gotta love the imagination of our sound and events team. Downing. Downing pulls up. Shot's not going down. Production isn't a challenge for Texas. Jet, no look pass. Oh, well done, George. George Lin. And Fubon up by 5. There's the swing right there. Peterson. Bohannon. Mason. Mason trying to cut in. Good pass. Pulls up. Nothing going down for the All-Stars. Good pressure, and that's going to be Texas ball.
I don't know whether Orton is tired or still hurting from that play, but the ball is a little bit slippery. Jet just couldn't handle it.
Coming up to the 5-minute mark in the 3rd quarter, how time flies. Mason. Mason. What's the call right there by the ref? Holding, grabbing, and holding foul.
I think it was George Lin, number 15 for Fubon Brave, been blamed for that defensive foul.
Well, you gotta give him props for trying. Mason inside. Kick out. Drives. Attacks. And there's a foul right there. And can this big man right here, who was hot earlier, can he do better from the charity stripe? Alexander Johnson.
Is he the same guy that airballed the free throw just now, Ben?
I'm going to keep quiet, okay? You can do all the talking. I'm going to keep quiet. You know, I want this to be a close game, okay? There it is. Ah.
Almost an airball.
Well, at least it didn't. At least it made contact with the rim. Yeah. Johnson. That's much better.
They need that.
They definitely needed that. They need something. It's a 4-point ball game. Shaq. Orton back on the court now. Got to stay with him. George Lin lost the ball. Here they come. Pulls up for the 3 from the wing. Shaq with the rebound. I've always wanted to say that too. Shaq. Orton with the high screen. Shaq had the ball, lost the ball, kicks out. Orton thought about passing inside. Jet. Shaq with the rebound. Feeds it to Orton. Orton. Oh, smart basketball right there by Fubon. Jet Chang with the finish. That's team basketball.
What did I tell you about Orton basketball IQ? He sees the floor very well for a big man.
Mason tried to drive with the floater. He will go to the charity stripe with 2 shots. 52-58 in favor of the Braves. 16 points for Orton, 13 points for Shaquille Keith, and Jet Chang with 13 points as well.
Still a lot of games to be played. Only 5 minutes in the third quarter, so a lot of time. And Orton, he looks tired. If you can see number 33, Fubon Brave, he wasn't even ready in the previous play.
There's a shooting bug at the free throw line. I'm going to say that a lot this third quarter. Mason he's had a pretty decent game with 11 points. Now 12. But let's see if Fubon can keep pressing and pushing the paint. Keith. Jet. Lost the ball. Good steal there. Johnson asking for it. Johnson! With the dunk! Athletic and strong! Oh, tried to respond back, but misses that alley-oop. Here they come, and there's a block. It's all happening right here at Mama Stadium. Dunks, blocks, shots. Here they have Sibley. Mislan, it's coming alive.
Highlights upon highlights being played so far in this 1 minute. That was
and a missed shot to just put the cherry on the cake for this quarter, that is. And it's got it all. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I don't think the Texas All-Stars are happy. Leaves it in. Orton. They're down by 3. Texas, Orton. Pulls up. It's the 10. That's off Texas. Good call, referee. And Hugo Chuku having words with the ref, saying otherwise, but no, the referee made the right call.
Yeah, he thought Orton pushed him from behind. That's why he tried to complain to the referee.
Lin open. Texas got to play some defense. Orton with the 3, hits the 10. A rebound for the reverse. Yes! What a move by Ku Xiaoqia!
You see the hang time. Tried to pass it to his teammate, but failed. Able to create a space and that circus a layup.
What a move. That was really, really tough stuff.
Nice drive here. Able to get the contact. But they need to make the free throw shots. I mean, like you said, Ben, I don't know whether the free throw bug is still there. Hopefully they're gone already.
Well, Shaquille O'Keefe has got to be careful because he's in foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls. And they're quite reliant on him. I'm quite impressed with him in terms of the way he shares the ball and he brings his teammates into it. So I wouldn't like to see him fouled out of the game. And Orton with 1 foul, so that's not too bad. So 2 shots for Mason. Mason with 12 points in this game. He's been one of the better players for the All-Stars, the Texas team.
It's gone, Ben. The free throw bug.
Not yet. Come on. You're too positive, man. Basketball is a game of runs. Maybe, maybe. You are the doctor that cleaned up the bug. Here come Fubon. They got to get 3-point ball game. It's close. They got to watch Orton, the All-Stars. He's great. He can really just switch on anytime. Drives. Oh, what a move by Winston Tsai. The score and give Fubon 5-point lead. Tate kicks out. Pulls up for the 3. Orton with the rebound. Oh, good stretch right there by Sibley.
Good defensive rebound by Orton, seeing that his teammate is way up the court, pushing the ball. He said that, yeah, the pass is a little bit too high, not that creeps, but still a very good defensive rebound, a very good transition offense, putting the pressure on the Texas All-Star.
Orton, big hands off to Lin. Orton with the screen.
Oh.
Illegal screen.
Yeah, Orton couldn't believe it. I mean,
that was a good call though. I must say.
Maybe he extended his knee a little bit.
Just a little. Mason. Still time on the shot clock. Sibley. Tate. Mason wanting the ball. Mason pulls up. Mason! Nails the three-point shot. Brings out the shooting guns.
Much better ball movement this time. Tate giving up to Mason. Mason able to knock that shot. But they need more production of Team Texas All-Star.
Need to stop right here. Alley-oop! Oh!
I think it's a foul.
That's a Shaq move. He gets 2 shots. Oh, he was fouled. In the act of flying to the cup.
Yeah, I see, it was amazing. Yeah, just a little bit, but the referee says it's a foul anyway. I think that's why Orton couldn't finish that slam dunk.
We couldn't finish that shot either. But Orton, his top game, top game, 16 points in this game. He's got 2 fouls, so he's got to be careful. After 5 fouls, you will be fouled out of a game. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in this quarter. The 4th quarter approaching the business end of a game. Orton makes this a 3-point game. Price coming on, and surprising here, Coach Bob Donald for the Texas team, Mislan, not using many timeouts.
Probably he's saving it for later, I think, in the 4th quarter. Both teams are actually not using the timeout also.
They want to let them play, so all about continuity and consistency, I suppose. Some of these teams using this as a preseason for their regular season tournament. Gotta watch the shot clock. Tate for the turnaround 2, falls short. Good rebound there by Winston Tsai. Lin, the Tsai. Tsai thought about the 3. Feeds it to Orton, but that was knocked out of Orton's hands.
Nice pass actually by Winston to Orton, but deflected by the Texas All-Star. It's still going to be a Fubon ball.
Fubon ball, what can they conjure up right here? Orton, 2 shots. Now Texas have got to be disciplined and got to be very, very careful. They're really clawing their way back into this game, but every time they get some positivity in their offense, they just let Fubon back in and really put the foot down and push out to a bit of a lead. I'm really impressed with, I know this is only day 1 of competition, but Daniel Orton, I mean, he's really impressed me today. What say you, Mislan?
I am. The basketball IQ of this game is definitely off the chart, though. That's the big part that impressed me the most about Orton.
Texas down by 5. Very inconsistent in this game. Mason. Sibley again. Tate kicks out, 4-3. Hits the tin. Shots not going down for Texas. Good pass. Oh, well done. Good steal. Bounce pass. Now watch it. Mason for the reverse.
Not
2
a good
shots.
foul, actually. Yeah, because they are over the team limit. So Winston probably doesn't realize that. Just try to stop the transition offense, the transition attack by the Texas All-Star, but then giving them 2 chances on the free throw line.
Mason almost breaks that one. And production has been very, very hard to come by for this Texas team. Be interesting to see to break down their numbers. Breaks that one. Look at Fubon, very quick in transition, Mislan. He's posting up right here to the corner. Winston Tsai. And that was a 50-50 call right there, in my opinion.
A smart move here by Winston, trying to avoid the contact. So it's going to be a blocking foul because you see Winston actually not charging into the defensive play but trying to avoid. So Winston is going to take a 2 free throw.
And I must admit, Winston Sai, he's had a pretty decent game. You know, really quite a handy player to have on your team. I mean, if he scores this, he'll get 10 points so far. It's pretty impressive. More of a role player. Hard-working guy, quiet guy, just gets on with it. Texas need to get on with it. Down by 6, Sibley open. Newkirk. Gotta watch that shot clock. Good defense by Fubon. Mason, 4-3. Was that contact on the 3-point line?
According to the ref, yeah.
Don't foul a shooter on the 3-point line.
The Fubon Brave actually almost had a Texas All-Star if not for that last second foul.
Mason now. 18 points, Mason. The highest scorer in the Texas team. Change here for Fubon. Ku Xiao Chia off. And on comes Venti Hung, number 24. So Mislan, in terms of what you've seen today, I mean, really, which team really impresses you at the moment at this very early stage of this wonderful tournament, the Seri Mutiara Cup?
For this game, we got to be Fubon Brave because they play tremendous defense and their offense actually as a team, they play really well. You can see the chemistry. On top of that, the 2 key players, the Orton and also Shaq, they don't actually like to play one-on-one. Sometimes they play one-on-one because they see they can take advantage of the mismatch, but most of the time they're trying to find the teammates, give them the ball, try to get the teammates to heat up, and then play as a team.
So referees deliberating at the moment. It's always good to see that the referees are always talking to each other, trying to be on the same page. And there's a change right here for Fubon, bringing on number 30, Alan Liu, and number 9 going to the bench, Ku Xiao Chia. A great reverse there by Xiao Chia earlier. Lin, the pass to the corner, kicks out, open for the 3. And finish there, Sibley with the rebound. Tate asking for the ball earlier. Slow in transition, this Texas team. And looks like there was elbows everywhere there. And that's the view of Stephen Ugochukwu.
I can't quite get it why Orton has to fall. Not sure whether Zach able to power out Orton.
Sorry, check that. It wasn't Stephen Ugochukwu, it was Zach Price, you're right. Zach Price. He's hardly played much in this game, here and there. But one of their one of their bigs. 1-point ball game. That's pretty impressive considering Fubon had a great third quarter, Mislan. Orton with the screen. Orton with another screen. Lin kicks out. Hits the tin. Here's the rebound. Gotta heave it now. Gotta heave it now. Was that a foul? Oh! That is a foul. Pushing foul. So Texas will have a chance to take the lead before, well, on the stroke of the third quarter.
Yeah, now the referee is checking whether the time is actually has go to 0, or there's still a little bit of time left when he blew the whistle. I'm not sure if it is going to be three free throws or 2 free throws.
Well, in my opinion, it was. So it looked like it was a foul on the three-point line. In my opinion, that is. I mean, but I saw it. We saw it in real time. So the referees still, he looks unsure. But the coach of the Texas team just saying, let's get on with it. Let's discuss. While the referees deliberate, or this referee deliberates with the commissioner's table.
Yeah, they try to adjust the shot clock to this maybe 0.7 second, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be a 0.7 second left as Texas All-Star is going to take 3 free throws. I guess 3 free throws. Because we see that the foul was on the shooting foul.
Well, he was fouled in the act of shooting. So
yeah, correct.
Logically speaking, it's 3 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that they were just confused about how much time was there left on the clock. And good, well done to the officials, to the refs, to really take the time to really go and look at it meticulously, attention to detail. That's what we want to see in our officials. And it's even Steven right here. Tate has a chance to give the Texas All-Stars the lead. Right here on the stroke of the third quarter. Just 0.7 seconds left, shall I say, before the end of this quarter. And this will just give the Texas team some confidence, even though they've been very inconsistent today, Mislan.
Yeah, especially going into the fourth quarter, as you can see, Orton looks tired. I mean, he's been playing almost throughout the whole third quarter for Fubon.
Gotta heave it now. Fubon wanna heave it. Lin's asking for the ball, heaves it now, and puts it up. Oh! The no-look behind the back shot.
Almost got it, though. I think Winston side. That fancy circus shot,
it was a circus shot, wasn't it? Not looking, just puts it up there. With a bit of luck, it will go in. But it is the Texas All-Stars lead, 69-67 over the Fubon Braves. And let's have a look at the highlights right here. Mislan, very inconsistent by the boys from Texas.
Texas has been consistent, especially on the three-point shot. The three-point shots actually help them. And then once they start to run, you see here, giving a lot of pressure on the Fubon's defense. That's when they are most lethal for the Texas All-Star.
And they being the Fubon Braves, really just press and press and press. Look at that. Great pass and an excellent finish there by George Lin. Great pass by Shaq Keith there. Orton to Jet Chang, the veteran, or the young veteran, should I say. He's played in America. Texas, Mason pulls up right there. And he's had a pretty good game, Mason, with 21 points. Let's just have a listen right here. And Coach Sho Chin-chi. And Mislan, if I read that correctly from that play there, try to get some open looks from the corners and try to get some good clean shots.
Yeah, Fubon don't want to rush their shots. They just need to be patient. That's like how they play in the first half. The shots will come from themselves. But my worry right now is for Orton. I mean, he's the key piece for this Fubon team on the defensive end and also on the offensive end.
Well, it is a 2-point lead. And the Texas All-Stars, 25 points in the third quarter, over 20 to the Fubon Braves. So much better, but some missed shots there by Fubon. Johnson puts it up. Oh, and scores. Good start here by the Texas All-Stars. Shaquille Keith. Jet Chang. Screen there by Orton. That's what he's been doing today. Hits the iron. Shaquille Keith with the rebound. Texas need to rebound better. Bohannon now on, guarding Orton. He's got to put his hands up. Orton hits the tin. Like I said, they got to rebound a bit better. Basket there by Raylin.
No one is boxing him out. There's two Texas players, but no one is boxing Fubon player.
Mason. As they play Ice Ice Baby, he hits the shot.
Mason is the key player for Texas right now. Texas, they need to give more balls to Mason.
Orton, Bohannon just trying to knock the ball out of his hand. Shaq, great pass to, oh, almost there. Bohannon, he keeps it in. Mason, here they come in transition. Mason to the corner, Downing for the three. In and out. Gotta get back. Here comes Orton, Bohannon. But there's a foul right there.
Once again, good defense by Fubon Brave. They know that Orton is actually always half there towards the basket, giving it up to Orton. Orton attacking the basket. Bohannon, no match for Orton.
Well, that's right. I mean, there's just a huge size disadvantage right there. Orton is just a massive, massive unit. Doesn't go in. Orton right now. Makes the shot. Johnson started the quarter quite hot with that basket. Mason with the one-handed shot, and it's in. Well done, Downing. Much better in terms of offense by Texas, but they need some stops. Yeah, they're going to stop right here. Johnson thought about passing to Mason. Johnson! Excellent footwork! And Orton's like just standing there humiliated.
Yeah, Johnson's just like watching. Orton just giving spaces to Johnson's to manipulate, to maneuver an easy Euro step and an easy 2 points. And Texas All-Star is leading by 7 points right now.
Well, it is quite alarming. Let's have a listen right here.
If you low man nail and pitch and make it difficult, their Americans will quit. Box out every time.
Put your hands together loud for the Texas Cheerleader.
Get him a step off the lane and get him a catch. Clearing out, coming up. Cut and pick and roll him. He's going to be faced up, jabbing. Pick and roll him. Go. 1, 2, 3.
So what we'll try to do all the time, everyone, during the timeouts, we'll try to listen to what the respective coaches are trying to say. And basketball is a universal language. Mislan, our analyst right here, Mislan Al-Azam, knows how to read the game. And what's your reading of this game thus far, Mislan?
Texas, they're much more composed this time. They're trying to find any weaknesses shown by Fubon. As I've been mentioning in the start of the fourth quarter, Orton looks tired and they try to abuse that. Texas all started it.
Well, they're trying to take advantage, well said. Orton, he's still not out of huff and puff yet. Will he go for the jam? Fake. And there it is. He heard you, Mislan. He's not out of steam just yet. He wants to keep pounding. But this Texas team have just played a slightly better defense in the fourth quarter. And they're looking to play two-way basketball. Drives. Bohannon tried to get the rebound. A steal there. Well done, Mason. Bohannon open. Mason from the elbow. Oh, lost the ball. Good no-look pass there. Need numbers. It's the 10. Johnson. And there's the little man right there. Newkirk. Mason now. Screened by Bohannon. Mason! Mason! Hustle, hustle. No. Good leak out there. Bounce pass. Oh, well read by Downing. Shaq thought he was in, but Downing just knocked the ball out of Shaq's hands.
The balance between playing fast and trying to be a little bit more patient is actually very hard to trade. As you can see, the turnover by Fubon, a few times they got a chance to push the tempo, but not able to convert.
Johnson, Newkirk. Johnson almost lost the ball. He's got to kick out. Johnson with a one-handed shot, and it's in. Lucky bounce. There's still plenty of time left in this game. Tsai. Shaquille Keith. Orton with that, with his screen. Keith for the yes, scores from underneath the basket. Shaquille Keith. Good strong move there. For the three. Yes, knocks it down. A good shot there by Downing. Jordan Downing with a big shot. Shaquille Keith off balance as he tries to attack the cup.
Yeah, you see Chakra here trying to create something for Fubon Brave, able to get a contact, and Keith is going to go to the free throw lines. Now the momentum, the tempo is going to the Texas as they've been leading. They get a few baskets and they're also able to stop the transition offense of the Fubon Brave.
Well, great individual plays by the Texas team. I must say that's a bit of the difference here in the fourth quarter. And I must give them credit in trying to play defense. The way I read them, they're not really a defensive-minded team. Very offensively driven mindset. But this game not over by a long shot. 7 points the Fubon team trail. They've led for most of this game until the end of the third quarter. Downing kicks out. Mason thought about the three. What a three. It's the 10. Oh, language, young man.
Texas All-Star need to be careful not to pick up too much falls, sending the Fubon Brave early to the free throw lines. I think they have 3 team fouls right now for Texas All-Star.
Well, you're right about the Fubon team. They are looking a little bit tired. Keith! Oh, almost had that. Here comes Downing. Thought about it. Kicks out. Drives. That's a good team move there. Price. He saw open. So got an open look right there and just drew. Big guy, can't stop him. There's a foul. That's the call right here by the referee. And that's a good call there by Fubon ball. Tate coming on for Mason, surprisingly. Price thought he was off because maybe Coach Coach Bob Donwell needed a shooter. Oh, tried to go for the alley-oop, too much on that. Can Texas punish? Texas drives over the jam. Johnson! What a dunk by Alexander Johnson!
Johnson picking up the offensive rebound, the putback, the slam, but the Fubon Braves, they are not stopping, they are not slowing down, giving any chances for the Texas All-Star.
But Orton just hit back with a dunk of his own. Downing up, works glass. That's good mathematics there. That's the way to do it. Work the angles. Orton, bounce pass. Lin, can he finish? Lin gets his own miss. Lin kicks out. Orton for the long three. Hits the tin. Nobody from Texas rebounding. Hustle, good hustle there by Fubon, but they just can't finish. And one!
At first I thought it was an offensive screen by Orton, but the referee let it play. And then Winston, a lot of hustle, a lot of second chance, three-point chance. Good fake here, realizing that I think Josh was behind him. A very lot of difference here, 88 to 79. Fubon Brave really need to focus towards the last 4 minutes of the fourth period.
Well, still time left, and I hope Texas don't get complacent. Let's have a listen here.
Who wants to win the game's got to be able to. That's where it's at right now. Hey, on the long rebounds, instead of us, if the guards especially going in, go to your man and box out. Let the ball come to you. So we're all running in. Don't let it go over our heads. You know what I mean? Against man or zone. Either way. Not like you want to catch out of cold ball. So, then we should make play with what kind of we play. If it's man, it may be open. If not, then we're going to have you either shot or back it out, and now we'll work you two on the elbow. See it? All right, here we go.
Here we go, Mislan. 88 to 79 in favor of the Texas All-Stars. The team with a great set of basketball CVs versus the team from Taiwan who are trying to claw their way back into this game. It's not over just yet, but a lot of great basketball pedigree in Kuala Lumpur this week. The Illawarra Hawks from Australia, the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, once upon a time ABL champions in 2017, just last year. Quarter three, hits the tin. Tate with the rebound, keeps it inside. They've got the ball. They still got time on the shot clock. Got to set it up first, run their offense. What's the call here? Everybody's confused and dazed. The referees are deliberating right now. You know what? It's all about how sharp are your eyes.
I think the referee are talking whether the shot clock should need to be reset or not. So complaints coming from Texas All-Star of the sudden stop of the game. So only 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Newkirk pulls up for the three. Here come Fubon. That is Fubon ball. Bohannon tried to hold on to the ball, but he couldn't. So let's see what Fubon can run here. Oh, there's a bit of contact right there. Elbows. Bit of attitude on the court right now. Down the stretch. Orton with the screen earlier. Lin, good defense. Lost the ball. Jet Chang earlier. Orton, and one.
What a smart play by Orton. Realized that he can actually get an easy basket, but waiting for the defender to get a contact for the 2 points and an extra free throw.
Orton with 26 points in this game. And Sibley now coming on court for Downing for Texas. It's a 6-point ball game, lots of time left. Orton has been shooting well from the charity stripe as well, relatively. That's the rebound. Newkirk, not too tricky, got to hold on to the ball. Can't turn it over. This is execution down the stretch. 8 left on the shot clock. They need to penetrate, or they need to pull up. Pulls up right there. Bohannon out rebounded by Orton. Shaquille Keith right here. Bit slow out of the blocks. Handoff. Orton thought about the handoff. Border three. Yes! Knocked that down! What a big shot by Fubon!
A good ball movement for Fubon, and then Lin was open with an easy handoff. A big 3-point by Joseph Lin.
Double team, Newkirk. This is good defense by Fubon. Needs some production. Fake. Lost the ball. Here they come. Oh, excellent hustle by Fubon. He tried to rush that pass. What a game.
What a sequence, what a play. Good defense by Fubon, leading, forcing that turnover, and then good hustle by them. Saving the ball, tried to pass it, but couldn't get the control. And then the kick to prevent that easy pass and easy layup.
So Anton Mason on the court again, checking back in. He's been shooting okay, 27 points for him. If Fubon can score with a bucket, making this a 1-point game. Shaquille Keith. Couldn't finish right there. Just over 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this game. Is overtime part of this one? Don't forget, we got the opening ceremony coming up a little bit later. Mason. There was a foul right there, but referee said continue. But a long three, no. Shot clock violation. 1 minute and 35 seconds left, and Fubon have the ball.
Johnson didn't realize that the shot clock was almost to expire because it was an air ball actually by Mason. The awareness of the Texas All-Star need to be much better than this.
Fubon. Shaquille Keith. Orton with the screen. Pulls up for the three! Everybody on their feet. Mason saying, calm down, we've got the ball. Still a bit of time left in this one. Bohannon playing against his former teammates here right now. Mason, gotta watch that shot clock. Bohannon, gotta shoot now. There it is! Big shot by Newkirk. Timeout. Goal.
Good ball movement shown by Texas All-Star as Josh Newkirk was wide open and confident to take that 3-point shot to increase the lead to 6 points between these two teams.
Let's have a listen right here.
Let's just work elbow. Right? One way or the other, work the elbow. Then get in you stuff from there. Right to the elbow and fly. Hey, finish up.
So the Texas All-Stars with some breathing space right here. They are up by 6 points, but still anything can happen in 57 seconds of basketball down the stretch, Mislan.
Yeah, it's crucial right now because they are down by 6, the Fubon Brave, but they also have 0 team foul. So in order for them to stop the game, there's still a lot of basketball to play, 57 seconds, so they still can play a few possessions here, but very, very critical moment here for Fubon Brave.
Fubon, they need a bucket right here. For the 3. Whoa! A big shot there by Winston Side. It's not over, like I said. This is hot stuff right here at Mama Stadium.
Texas trying to find something. They have the advantage right now, so they just want to burn the shot clock.
Gotta put it up. Gotta put it up. Gotta put it up. And it's in. It counts. Works glass. Lin. Don't foul him on the 3-point line. Mason hustling.
Texas All-Star need to be careful because they are over the team foul. So any foul made by the Texas All-Star will send Fubon Brave to the free throw line.
They need a 3 right here. Can they get another one? No. Orton for the 3. Bohannon with the rebound. Saying no, it's out, and there's a foul right there with 14.2 seconds left. Exciting stuff, Mislan, for the neutrals.
But not for the next few possessions, as there are 14 seconds left, and Fubon Brave, like I said, they only pick up their first fall in the 4th quarter, as Texas All-Star is going to take the timeout that they have.
Wow, 14.2 seconds left. Still a relatively winnable game for Fubon, but they need a little bit of luck, but anything can happen here right here. Both teams going to their respective benches.
You take the ball out. 5. You're at the 4.
5 seconds off this match between Texas All-Star versus Fubon Brave. Right after this, we will kick off our opening ceremony here at Central Court Mama Stadium. Welcome aboard.
Come here.
And
Come
we
right to the ball. You can wind the
final match
Get it to him. Be strong.
between Marco Blackburn taking on Lady Tennessee.
So what Fubon Brave needs to do is actually to try to force a turnover. If they cannot do that, they need to fall quickly, because Texas All-Star is just going to burn the time, just going to burn the shot clock, because they have 5-point advantage right now.
Look at that, hanging on to the ball. Oh,
They
it's
succeed,
Fubon.
actually, yeah.
Good pressure.
I think Texas All-Star was expecting the fall, but there's no fall. There was good defense forcing the turnover. And Tate was just, cannot believe it.
Another timeout call. Just like that. No change to the scoreboard, but it will be Fubon ball after this timeout.
Thank you for coming and joining us here at day number 1 of Seri Mutiara Cup 2018. We should not go anywhere because
No need to switch on the big
halftime we will announce the lucky winner for 500 rating worth of cash voucher from our proud sponsors leading here at day number 1 Seri Mutiara Cup 2018. 9 seconds remaining on the clock between this two teams. Let's see what happens. And the game is quite close. It is possible for a comeback. We'll hand it over to Heather.
Properly executed defense on the previous play that caused a turnover. As now Fubon got two choices whether they want to get a quick 3 or the quick 2. Either way, after they made a shot, they need to fall or force a turnover to stop the game.
Well, Texas got to be smart about this. Orton. There's the basket right there. And they're still in with a fighting chance. But a timeout call, and after this timeout, it will be Texas ball. And Fubon, if anybody can get a stop, it's Fubon.
They may not foul, because they're going to think they can move. So be strong with the basketball. You don't have to fucking dribble the damn thing. If you do hold, dribble, hold, don't fucking move. Don't let them tie you up. If it's a trap, still here, here, and here. Come quick, don't run up on that.
Well, here we go. Who will be celebrating after this one? It's been a ding-dong battle, Ms. Lan.
Texas just need to inbound the basketball and not doing any turnover almost. And that's it.
Johnson. For the shot there, and does not count. But Bohannon celebrating because the Texas All-Stars have just defeated the Fubon Braves of Taiwan 93-90. What a game. And the final score right here at Maba Stadium. The Texas All-Stars 93, the Fubon Braves 90. Let's have a look at the highlights right here, Ms. Lan. It could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, but the key here in the second half of the game, the Texas All-Star, they execute much better on their offensive end, especially the transition offense. Fubon Brave, they're able to they play their usual game, but just gas out towards the end as they gave a lot of easy basket to the Texas All-Star. Here we see some of the highlights of both teams as the three-point shot. This is huge for the Texas All-Star.
Well, there were some big plays by the Texas All-Stars. They were much better in the third and fourth quarter, making some big plays. But again, I mean, if I were the Texas All-Stars coach, Bob Donwell, he'd be very disappointed with the way they performed in the first half. Fubon really took it to the All-Stars. They were not intimidated, and they were really, not just Shaquille Keith and also Daniel Orton, their two imports, but also their locals, such as Joseph Lin, Jet Chang, George Lin, Winston Tsai, and even Ray Lin, really showing some good basketball pedigree.
There are still a lot of players for the Fubon Brave not playing. I'm not sure whether it's an injury factor or not, but credit for the Fubon Brave because they've been playing a very good basketball so far throughout. Overall in this game, Texas All-Star much more talents compared to the Fubon Brave.
Well, I mean, individual talent versus team talent. And right here, Texas just down the stretch made some big plays, especially Johnson with his dunks and a few shots there. But defense is the major learning curve for this Texas team because they're going to be up against some tougher opponents this week. All due respect to the Fubon Brave, the Illawarra Hawks looking hot, defeating the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions quite easily today. Later, the NS Matrix, the Malaysian team, taking on the Macau Black Bears from China. That's a really good team as well. One of the favorites for this tournament. So the final score right here, 93-90, the Matrix game coming up at 9 o'clock right here on Astro Arena. But for me, Ben Ibrahim and Mizlan Al-Azam, thanks for being with us, and we'll catch you very soon right here on Astro Arena.